So I guess one of the kind of themes that we've explored before is this conversation about how we show up, as coaches in a congruent fashion, so that actually who we are, who we present and how we present is congruent with our business vision, aims and values. And how we also, when we're coaching business leaders, directors, people in business, to actually look at that, to look at their level of self-awareness, and to look at actually how do they show up.
Yeah, I mean that phrase, how they show up, I think is it's become a phrase that I hear more and more often. And I wonder whether it's because people are starting to recognise that there's a lot of incongruency out there.
Yes.
People not showing up with honesty. I mean, a lot of the recession was caused by that.
Yeah, it's true.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, business has a lot to answer for.
Yeah, there's a lot to answer for. So I think, it's a very interesting conversation. I think it's also one of the reasons why it's invaluable for a coach to have a coach.
Yeah.
Because when you're coaching a client, I don't know if you've experienced this, the amount of times I'm coaching a client and I'm thinking, this is good advice, Steve. Let's apply this to self. Yeah. It happens because, it takes a while for us to be perfect, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
No, I've had that experience where you come away, from a client, you might be writing up a note and think, actually, some of this is actually about my own practice. I need to think about actually...
The mirror.
Yeah, here's the mirror for me.
Yeah. External tends to be a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And so rather than waiting for our clients to be coaching us, that's why I think it's a great idea to have a coach who is able to hold up the mirror and say, look, are you really being authentic? Is this really what you want to be doing?
Yes.
Are you really into sales?
Yeah.
Well then why aren't you selling?
Yeah.
For example, you really want to be a specialist in stress management? Well, chill out a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So are you being your brand almost? If you're selling this, can you be it?
Yeah, and first of all, if we back up a little bit before that, is defining what your brand is. I had a really interesting, invaluable conversation with a guy who is not a coach, but was a brilliant coach. He was a branding expert.
Right, yeah.
And I got the opportunity to have a Skype call, and I had an idea for a TV show, and I was talking to him about it, and he just stopped and said, Steve, I don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, he said, I don't get it. And he'd heard about my coaching and lots of his clients, his celebrity clients that I'd coached. And he said, this isn't you. He said,
wow.
And I started to think, well, actually you don't really know me. And I thought, no, hold on, this guy's given me, I invited him to give me feedback, at least hear the feedback.
Here's the mirror.
Yeah, absolutely. And I stopped and I thought, you're right. This feels like something I should be doing.
Yeah.
Rather than something that really just comes from inside.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think that's what, it happens in any business, doesn't it? But I think in coaching, it happens quite a lot, that we hear coaches say, I should be doing that because it's the latest thing, or I should be doing that training because everyone seems to be doing it. Or in business, we hear similar things, don't we? The competition are doing it, so we should go and do it.
Yeah, I think there's also
rather
the
internally.
thing with coaches that they also think they should be all sorted out.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't need to go and do that.
Yeah.
There's that whole element of, we should and we should and we should.
Yeah.
When we listen to the shoulds, it blindsides us to what's really important.
Yeah.
If you think you're done, if you think you're complete, and you think you're perfect, then you've fallen through the stupid tree, haven't you? Landed on the ground. Evolution has gone in reverse. And so as coaches, we're constantly learning, constantly being willing to go, I still don't get this, I'm still not the complete finished article.
Yeah.
And keep inquiring.
Yeah.
And I think from that self-inquiry, then we start to find out what real authenticity is.
Yes.
What's important to us, what's of real value to us. So that when someone says, hey, look, I've got some marketing coaching I'd like you to do, you've got a clear signal that says, no, that's not for me.
Not me.
You may be able to do it, but that may not be for you.
No. No. And we evolve and grow, don't we, in our coaching? So I know you're not, I'm not doing what I was doing.
I thought you were going to say, I'm not involved in coaching.
No, I'm not even doing what I did 10 years ago or 5
God,
years
that's
ago, because actually it shifts and changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're in learning, you're in development. But I think also that's important to notice as a coach, because when we're working with business is never static. People in business are never static.
Well, the ones that are static don't hang around for
They
very
don't
long, do
thrive.
they? Because, if you're standing still, the world doesn't. It moves on and leaves you behind. And I totally agree with you. The type of coaching I do now is worlds apart from what I was doing.
Yeah.
However, everything that I did in the past still at some time tends to have a relevance.
Yeah.
Not discarded it.
No, it's like building blocks a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like almost we're developing ourselves and our businesses in a congruent way that then helps us to move to the next level or the next deepening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of our
And the
expertise.
conversations with businesses seem to change as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be quite surface stuff, or apparently surface stuff, such as stop stressing.
Yeah.
Let's do something about motivation.
Yeah.
That surface level stuff, and then the conversations tend to go deep about who we really are, what's it about, and how people show up in business.
Yeah.
Are they loving what they do and doing what they love? And if they're not, then there's some great conversations around that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So people find out what's really important about them, and they can find it in the workplace. Not everything is about someone suddenly moving on.
No. And there's different conversations, aren't there, in what we're saying. There's the personal authenticity and integrity conversation. There's the match with the organisation, the kind of culture and ecology, the values of the organisation. And then there's that match with, can I honestly, if I'm a business leader, is this my real passion? Does it remain my real passion? Does it remain what I want to do? And I guess we've both seen that in business, where, particularly family businesses, where people they don't outgrow the family, but they outgrow the business.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, and I don't tell clients this, but
Don't tell them.
No, don't tell clients this.
No.
But a good test of some great coaching is actually people go, I can't stay here, I need to move on.
Yeah.
They go, no, this is no longer matches my values and my expectations, and unless it's an organisation which is open to adapt and open to getting involved in those conversations, or what we call a healthy organisation, then great people will sometimes move on.
Yes, they will. They will, because there's no room for them to grow.
Yeah. And again, I think that's another good conversation that seems to be popping up more and more in business, which is about really defining purpose and values, and it not being some mission statement which is written up on a wall.
No.
I did just before the recession. I did an intro to NLP in business for a particular company. It was about 30, 40 people. And it was probably about 8 years ago, because Barack Obama had just been made president. So I read out his inaugural speech.
Oh, yeah.
And it's full of great language.
It's fabulous.
Beautifully written. Yeah. And then I said, I'm going to read something else. Did that seem inspiring to you, what Barack Obama said? Okay, yes, it's very inspiring. Vision, purpose, a mission. I said, I'm going to read something else out to you. And I read out this mission statement. And I said, does it resonate with any of you? And they went, no. Follow me.
Is there?
And we went outside, and it was on a huge plaque outside the door.
Yeah.
I said, so some consultants come in, worked out some mission statement, and none of you are even aware of it, let alone agree with it.
Yeah, no, I know. I've experienced a lot, where you put up a vision statement, a mission statement, maybe a set of values on a PowerPoint or something in the organisation, and might point to it and say, so this is the context within which we're working over the next few days, and people don't recognise it. And they might be the most senior people in the organisation, because they've almost created that as a task. It's not in.
It
hasn't been within them.
Inside.
No, it's not. It's a task. We've done it. We've knocked it off the list. We've got a vision statement. We've got our values sorted. We're really clear about our vision. But when it's played back, people can't recognise it.
It's incongruent.
It is, and it creates organisational incongruency. It kind of creates that sense of there's a mismatch of how people experience the organisation. It's not lived
That's interesting.
in the organisation.
Something to think about, I think.
Definitely something to think about.
We'll come back to that.
Mm.
Something to think about.
Something to think about.